Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thank you so much for stopping by to spend a little time with us this morning at Walker Farm. It's too early to be talking about fresh fruit. Usually what goes with coffee, Cassie?
Donuts?
Okay, well I say that. Some people like fresh fruit with their breakfast, I'm sure. But
Not with coffee.
maybe not with coffee, but guess what I got? To go with our coffee this morning? Mm-hmm. Donuts. But this isn't
Looks like some weird donuts
this
to me.
isn't just any kind of donuts. All right, so I don't know if you guys have seen these or not. I'm a sucker for like novelty food items. First time I see
I'll
it.
eat them, so
First time I
he
see
buys
it,
them, I eat them.
I gotta try it. So this is donut peaches. So they are peaches that are shaped like donuts. And if you guys remember, well,
I just thought of something, but I better not say it.
okay. If you guys remember when we were on that, look at that. That's crazy. We were on the trip through Georgia. You want one or you want to try mine?
I'm good.
You don't want to try it?
I already ate one.
How dare you? I knew the one was gone. I thought Ranger took it. All right. Well, I'm going to taste test it for them because
I'll taste it.
these came from Walmart.
Let's do it like at the same time.
That's not the same time. We might get demonetized for PG-13. Ready? It's white.
I'm good. Another one I had was good too.
So,
It's dripping like that Georgia peach.
and that peach has
Suck the juice on your side.
no. That peach has nothing. I'll eat it, finish it later. I gotta get a drink.
I can't just take one bite and chase it with coffee.
Just do your best. So that
There's
peach
a YouTube channel called
has
that.
nothing on the peach from Georgia that I ate. Like it has nothing. Like the peach from Georgia was a 10. That is probably like a 6.
It's better than a 6.
No, it's not. It's the 6.
You should try my side.
No.
Maybe your side was
No,
better.
it's a 6. That's okay. So if you guys are interested though, visit your local Walmart and grab you a donut peach. Or if you're in Georgia, go to that roadside stand that we went to. It wasn't really a roadside stand, but it was a peach orchard that had
A roadside family business.
had a stand up front. So those were really good peaches though, and those are okay. Like that's what I expect from Walmart. I expect a peach that will let me down. I set my expectations about right here, and where did they fall? About right there.
I put hand sanitizer on earlier and instantly regret it. You see all those little ding, ding, ding all over my hands.
You want to catch them all up on why your hands are all mangled?
Well, I got the kids some new animals. They like to scratch.
Well, not only did you get them new animals, that's going to be on another video. Mm-hmm. But if they've been following along on Facebook and Instagram, they've probably already seen them because you share everything over there. But you also did some carpentry work.
I did.
In preparation for the new animals.
I think that's from the carpentry work, not the animals. You see that?
Yeah. Looks like you got in a good fight.
You should see the other guy.
I saw the wood laying on the ground. Looked like somebody took it out with a chopping axe.
Well, it was kind of a hack job, but it got done.
Oh.
You didn't have to do it.
Hey, more
I got all my digits.
more power to you. Girl power all the way, right here. She's got it. So, if you followed or saw the title, you probably know what we're going to talk about on today's video.
Got to keep it joking.
Yeah, can't be too serious. Can't come in all serious from the beginning. But we've had a lot of people ask about our foster children, our angels, as we call them. Sometimes we'll get a few people saying, "What are angels, and why do you keep talking about angels?" But several people have been asking recently, "Where are the angels at? Where are they? We don't see them. We haven't seen them on videos." And if you guys remember back whenever they came to our house, how long ago?
2 months.
About 2 months.
A little over 2 months.
Yeah, over 2 months ago.
Supposed to be a 3-day thing, and it turned into 2 months.
Yeah, they called us and said, "Hey, we need an emergency temporary placement for 3 days."
3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days. And
Hey, sure, we can do that.
we said, "Hey, we want to keep them together." They couldn't find any house to take them to. They were going to have to separate them. So we said, "Bring them on." we'll take them as long as they need to be here. And
You shouldn't have said that part. As long as they need to be here.
3 months later, 2 months later, they were still here. But they got here whenever the highs were in the 70s and 80s. So we had them outside with us. We had them walking around, checking out the animals, doing a few things. They were always outside on the porch, trampoline yard, things like that. Well, most recently, the last couple of weeks, the highs have been what, Cassie?
Like 178 million.
100 to 103 degrees almost consistently. So they have not been in the videos primarily because it's way too hot for them outside. One of them was 2 years old, and the other one was a little bit younger than Ransom, but when she went outside, she instantly started sweating.
She started sweating before she ever went outside. It was really weird.
Poor girl. Her face would go bright red.
And her hair looked like she had dunked into the pool. But also, they loved playing out on the porch and on the trampoline and all that, but they had zero interest in the animals.
Yeah, we pulled in the driveway a couple days ago, and there were, like 15 cows sitting on the right. And the oldest of the two said, "Are those our cows?" And I say, "Yeah, there are cows. Is this the first time you've seen them?" "I don't remember them." So, I know they were out.
The cows are out there every day.
I'm pretty sure she even pet the cows at one point, but she didn't necessarily remember them. She wasn't that into them. But they were still here. They've been here the last 2 weeks. They've been here the last 2 months. They did go to daycare just for a little bit when Cassie started having basketball camps and basketball extra curricular activities for school responsibilities. So they did go to daycare some during the days in the last few weeks. But we got a call yesterday or the day before that they told us that they would be moving to a new location. Mm-hmm. And we really can't say where they're going or what the reasoning is or anything like that, because all of that is confidential and it all remains with DHS.
But remember, we were temporary, so they were able to move them. So you should understand what that means.
Yeah. So they, but they left yesterday evening. We got all the stuff together. Cassie is an awesome transitioner of people, as I want to call her, because we've done this a couple times. She got all of their favorite things together. Their clothes did not go in trash bags. There's a very bad stigma around foster children going in and out of different homes. First of all, which it happens, and there's reasons for it to happen usually. But there's a stigma when you move that you're moving in black trash bags and their belongings are just trash. And we never want that to be a part of our foster children's lives. So we make sure and always get luggage and or backpacks and totes or things like that.
Just so depends on how much stuff they had. These kids were younger, so their clothes take up less room. So they didn't have quite as much stuff. But our angels we had last summer, when they left, they had a lot of stuff. They had also both had birthdays while they were here, so they got lots of stuff for their birthdays, and they were older, things like that. So it just depends on their age and what they have, how much stuff they leave with. But like Gary said, I got it all packed up. Obviously, the 2-year-old doesn't really understand, but I was able to explain it to the older child, and she was excited for her next adventure and playing with kids, or is there going to be toys and this and that. So it's truly a weird, strange thing for us and for them. And and people that aren't in the middle of this or have never done this, it doesn't really make sense to them. But for us, it was a happy, positive time. And they were happy about it.
Well, we make it a happy, we don't want it to be a sad, depressing time. So we make it a happy, positive time.
She did say, "Oh no, I'm going to miss you." And then I pumped her up and she was all excited.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's a lot of other emotions that go along with that. Anytime you've had somebody in your home and you treat them like your very own children for 2 months, and then the next day goes by. It doesn't really hit all at once, but little things happen. When it's bedtime, you don't go through the same routine. There's not the same children in the same room anymore. So it does leave a lot of room for different emotions.
Yeah.
But we've played all those out as they go on and take it one day at a time. So people have a lot of questions. People make a lot of comments. So we'll try to answer a couple of the questions and clarify maybe some of the comments that people have made in this video, just to kind of clear the air around foster care and why we do it and things like that. So Cassie, you want to go first?
Well, anytime I talk about fostering or adopting or anyone asks me about it, you know, they say stuff like, I just don't know if I could do it. I just couldn't let them go, or I would love them too much, things like that. And I know people say that, and I know their intent behind it. But for me, if you loved them so much, you would take them in. And it is hard to let them go. But when God has called you to foster and do this, like He prepares you. The very first time that we had a child and they had to leave, it was super emotional and it was super hard. And it was just weird because we'd never had to do that. And with everyone, it's still hard and emotional. But it's like God has prepared us a little more, has showed us that we are temporary. We are a landing spot for somebody that needs us for as long as they needs us and as God sees fit. And then they're able to go on to that next landing spot and positive place. So just sometimes goes all over me when people say, well, I don't know how you could do it. I would just love them so much. And I want to be like, do you think I don't have a heart and I don't love them? But I know what people mean by that. But if God has truly called you to foster and this is truly where your heart's at, it just happens. The emotions happen, and then you wake up the next day and you keep going.
Yeah, you gotta keep rolling with it because it's a need that is great, and we need more people to do it. We need more people to do it that are equipped to do it.
Not crazy.
Well, you see the worst in the news, obviously, about
I laugh,
foster
but it's
parents.
not funny.
And people say, man, this is one of the things that people say. There's people out there that just do it for the money. Well, that may be true. I don't know. But let me tell you what.
I mean, the money's not great.
If you're doing it for the money, you're still broke. Like,
I'd go work at McDonald's.
yes. There's about 10 other jobs I would take lined up for ahead of foster care for the money. So that one kind of blows my mind. It's just, I know people aren't saying that about us, but somebody says, I've heard people say, well, a lot of people are just in it for the money. You guys do
at least they're in it because
you guys do it for the right reasons. But again, if there are people that are in it for the money, if they owe you money, I wouldn't.
Never had a job.
If they owe you money, I wouldn't go asking for it because they probably don't got it, because it's really not that much. They do reimburse you a small stipend for childcare.
You get paid, but also they eat food. They need clothes. We bought lots of shoes in the last 2 months. Underwear,
diapers,
one in diapers, one in pull-ups. Like, I mean, maybe at the end of the day, I can go buy me an ice cream.
No. And that brings me to the next thing that I want to talk about, ice cream. We've had so many of you guys reach out. We've had local people, friends of ours that have brought meals or gave us a gift card for meals or different
called
things.
Called us in pizza and told us to go pick it up. And
that means so much to us in that first transition state. That first 2 weeks is really tough because you are changing your family dynamic completely from what you were to what you're going to be until however long you're going to be that. And when that happens, there are things that are coming up all the time, especially with brand new placements, and they're getting an emotional kind of roller coaster as they get settled in and different things like that. So as parents, we're needed a lot early on. So later on, we got them all figured out kind of, and we knew that if they really liked this movie, that they would probably sit there for a little while and watch it with our kids
while we got food ready or whatever. But like Gary said, now everyone's called to foster, but there's ways people can help, and providing a meal or a gift card or things like that is just such a blessing. And we have so many people that do that for us, and they don't have to, but we're just truly grateful that they do, because there's some nights that we're just like, can we feed them crackers? No. But
nobody's getting fed crackers, Cassie.
There's just some nights that, you're like, I just don't want to think about supper. And then, we got this gift card, or we're going to go pick up that pizza. So
yeah, and several of you subscribers also sent some money through in different various forms for a little treat here or there. And we tried to use that for those purposes. We went to the movies. We went and got ice cream and snow cones, and we did several firsts.
Got bicycles and a ride-on toy.
Yep, bicycle from you guys. Bicycle and a ride-on toy that will be going with them to their next place. So thank you so much. You don't have to do that. We are so appreciative, though, of your hearts, and such a kind gesture for you to do that for us. And we want to thank you guys. So if you didn't notice my shirt, catching up with the Walkers, planning and praying. Thanks to Brandon, used to be Rustic Woodworking Family. Now it's Eddie Family Farm.
Yeah, they used to make t-shirts and things.
But Brandon hooked us up with this. So as far as planning goes and what's going on here at the farm, Cassie has decided to leave me. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, are you just going to sit there?
It's a big announcement.
Oh.
You're leaving me.
Say it again.
No.
Say it again and I'll do it right.
Oh, okay. Dramatic like?
Yeah.
I'll do it more dramatic this time.
Okay.
Ready? Cassie has decided to leave me.
That's right. The kids and I will be leaving to go to kids camp with our church. This will be the first time that I'll be going as a sponsor. Ranger went to kids camp last year, but Mazzy wasn't old enough. Ransom's not old enough. Plus we had the Angels, so I wasn't able to go. But this year Mazzy's old enough, so I'm just taking one extra kid that's not old enough. But you guys know that Ransom thinks he's about 70 years old, so he's like an old soul.
He's a mess.
But he thinks he's an adult. So we are going to church camp. It's supposed to only be 105 degrees.
You got water there, right? Is there water games?
Well, there's a water slide and rec and all that, but I'm taking board games.
Oh, Cassie wants the air conditioning.
We're going to talk him into playing in the inside. No, but we've already been taking into consideration the heat, and we've spoken with the camp directors, and they're taking into consideration the heat. So it'll be fine. But we're taking students, and we'll be gone for 5 days. What are you going to do?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get back?
No, we come back Thursday.
I'll come back Thursday. So I'm also taking into consideration of the heat. Well, I'm not camp director. I'm farm director at Walker Farms, and our cows are going to be hot because I think in 3 or 4 days it is going to be the hottest it's ever been in 8 years. Is what the weather forecast said. It's like
moving to Alaska.
106 degrees, something crazy. So I'm going to keep an extra close eye on the cattle. I've been kind of switching up the water pails and water troughs to make them a little bit smaller because I am changing them out probably every other day or every single day because I don't want that hot water in there. I want it to be as fresh as possible. Most of them every single day.
I was changing the duck water and stuff out today, and the trough and the goat pen under the tree. Mm-hmm. I put my hand in there, and it was cool, and it was really hot. So the water in the shade, it's not super. I expected it to be. I did not expect it to be that cool.
Yeah,
because it's so hot outside, but it was like
the shade helps a ton. And that's why you'll see we try to keep all of our waters in a natural shade because the algae growth isn't near as quick and it stays a lot cooler. Yeah,
I was impressed. I even told Ranger, I was like, hey, this water is really cool. So now the water out in the direct sunlight, it gets a little toasty and a little dirty. But yeah.
So
we need rain and winter.
So while Cassie's gone, are you going to send a few video clips for me to include in catching up with the walkers?
Sure.
You're going to
You gonna do this all by yourself?
show the highlights of the camp? I probably won't sit down and do it. I'll probably be out and about, maybe do at least one video. I've got a couple ideas. Things that you won't let me do while you're here, so I'll just take free reign while you're gone. Be excited, Cassie. Be excited. Be excited, subscribers. So, as far as the rest of my shirt, planning and praying, prayer request, obviously, the biggest thing that we need prayer for right now is for the transition of the angels from our home to their next place, and our kids, them, as they go through these next couple of days. There will be several emotions that are inevitable. We will miss them. I know they haven't been here a super long time, but again, 2 months, when you're around somebody all day, every day, for 2 months straight, you will dearly miss them when they leave. And we try to love our foster kids and our placements just like we do our other kids. And so we will miss them for sure. Any other prayer requests, Cassie?
I was trying to think. That's why I was not talking.
Oh.
But I get lots of messages from you guys, emails, direct messages on prayer request, and family who are going through hard times. So please know that we are praying and we read those, and I always try to respond back so that you know. Sometimes if it's a direct message on Facebook or Instagram or something, it might just be a thumbs up because that's all I have. I read it, but all I have time for is to send something back because I want you to know that I read it. But I can't think of anything. Oh, Kaysen over at Eddie Family Farm, speaking of them, he just had is it called an EKG?
I think so. It's a heart
on his head.
Oh, I thought EKG was heart evaluation.
I think it is.
Okay, so he had something on his head.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's
not
where they
MRI.
put all those little things on your head.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I can't think of the word. But you guys know what I'm talking about, especially if you follow them. But they put all the little things on his head and he had to sleep and stuff to try to figure out about his seizures, to see if the type of seizures he has is what they think. Are we on proper medication, things like that. So I cannot think of what it's called.
It's not important.
But
they know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
He had that test, and so just prayers for answers and to give the doctors wisdom. You know, a lot of times people say no news is good news, but I feel like in this situation, in this instance, answers and news is what they're looking for because they want to know what's going on instead of, oh, there's nothing there, he's fine, and then he has another seizure. So just praying that they get answers and that God would just touch his little body. If you guys don't watch Brandon and Stephanie over at Eddie Family Farm, he cracks me up when he's on the videos because he is just like Ransom. Like, he thinks he's 10 feet tall and 25 years old, and it's just funny. So be praying for him and for the family that they would find out exactly why he's having those seizures.
So we want to thank you guys so much for following along with our family. Thank you for following along here on Catching Up with the Walkers. We hope you have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.